Hey, this is Nick Shins from Job for a Cowboy. You are watching CMS TV. Rachel.
It is the Classic Metal Show right here on the classicmetalshow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard the latest from Skid Row with The Gang Is All Here. Looking in the chat room, that seems to be the case. And then heard something from AC/DC from their Back in Black release with Let Me Put My Love Into You. And here's a guy who will put his love into just about anything that has a hole. My friend and partner, Chris Aiken.
What is up, man?
What's going on?
Nothing, man. Just doing the shit, man. Back once again. How about that?
Yeah, 2 weeks away, and we're back, and stories to tell.
Yes, sir. Starting with what happened last week. Should we share that mess?
What happened last week?
We only had half a show because of the fucking StreamYard.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't even think about it after you told me what happened. I just sort of, let it be what it is,
It just pissed me off so bad. We actually did. I mean, how long did we work? 5 hours?
It wasn't quite that long. It was a little more. It was shy.
About 5 hours.
Yeah, you're right, because it went so fast. I just, just trying to have a show for the kids on our week away, and of course, a technical fuck up.
Yeah, just sucked, and two really good segments too.
Yeah.
That the segment when we were talking about the Hall of Fame and Judas Priest and whatever, that was pretty good stuff. Just when I heard it back, when I started editing it, it was like, I was like, oh, you motherfucker. 3 fucking years we've had this StreamYard. It's never fucked up. And then all of a sudden, the one time we need it, it fucks up.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Apparently what we had to say wasn't important. So it just aborted.
Apparently not, but whatever. At least we're back now. We're back live. Allegedly, everything's working.
Apparently, it seems to be working. I got everything good on my end. You sound good. The video looks good.
Good.
So we're ready to go.
Good. So what's up in your world, man?
Well, I've been traveling for the last 2 weekends. 2 weeks ago, I was out in the western suburbs of Chicago, out in Des Plaines.
Right.
And I hung out with the Dockin' Boys, and I hung out with Sal. And while I was out there, I got a hold of the new mastered release from the forthcoming Dockin', which, of course, you got it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And there were two separate masters. There were 2 different masters from 2 different engineers. And we had to pick which one we liked the best. And it was a unanimous decision between yourself, myself, John Levin, and I'm not sure who else had an input on it. But among us 3 anyway, without discussing it with each other, we just said, you listen to both these masters and tell us which one you like.
Right.
And you picked the one that John and I liked. So that's the one.
There we go. That's the one they want.
So, I was out in Des Plaines. The tour manager was not with them. Frank was not with them. So I kind of stepped in and handled tour manager duties for the day.
Okay.
And the place out in Des Plaines, it's an older theater, but it was taken over by the same owner that owns the Arcata Theater out in St. Charles, Illinois. And it was renovated, and very nice venue. And they had a dressing room, quote, green room, right across the alley from the building. It wasn't connected to the building. It was a separate building. And they had it all made up. Like it was almost like a 1950s cafe, kind of like a 1950s burger joint. It had the horseshoe booth seating in there, the black or the red and white striped, what do you want to call upholstery, if you will.
Okay.
Everything was really nice. They had the accommodations back there like you wouldn't believe. They had all the food, all the drinks, snacks, cookies, food, whatever you wanted. They had it just fully stocked back there, and it was just like, what can I get you? What can I get you?
Nice.
How is this? How is that? Can I get you anything? Can I get you anything else? Just as nice as could be. They did first class. Jack Russell was there. And Sal came out. It was like pulling teeth to get him to come out, though. He was only like a 25-minute Uber ride away, and it was like an all-day thing to convince him to come to the show. And it's like, what are you going to do? It's a Saturday night. There's no CMS live. What are you just going to sit in your apartment all evening? Just get in an Uber and come on out.
Yeah, but dude, it's getting late. I mean, it's already 2 PM.
Well, he was doing some work on Saturday. I was like, well, how long are you working? Oh, I'll be wrapped up by like 4. It's like, well, the show isn't until 7:30. Get out here.
Oh, dude, that's cutting it way close. Only 3.5 hours, man.
Dude, I'm really tired. I've been working. I'm tired. I was like, dude, get out here.
Yeah, sitting at a desk, man. It's a lot of tiring work.
Well, they give him cut him a little bit of slack. He was moving bankers' boxes of legal documents and shit from one office to another or something. It was some physical labor, but regardless of that, even the guys, BJ was asking, he goes, "Where's your lawyer friend?" I said, I don't know. I've invited him out, but I think he's being a pussy. He's not going to come out,
Right.
And they were kind of cutting up because Sal's kind of silly anyway. But, even John was asking, hey, is Sal coming out? I said, well, I've been texting with him all afternoon, but it looks like he isn't going to make it out, and I guess Sal was chatting with one of his other buddies and said, dude, you only live once. He goes, yeah, you're right. I'm going to get in the shower and I'm going to go.
Wow.
That's all it took.
Inspiration.
So he texts me. He goes, "Yeah, I'm getting in the shower. I'm gonna come out to the show." And Great White was opening, and I said, "Well, don't come to the hotel." I said because the guy who's doing the shuttling back and forth, he has like a king cab pickup, and it's only got enough room for like 3 passengers. I said, so he's gonna take. He's going to take the guys in the band, and then I'm going to drive Dawn. And I said, I'll just meet you at the venue,
Right.
So Sal gets to the venue. He goes, listen, I'm going to grab a ticket. I'm going to see Great White, so he got a ticket. And so, we weren't going to get there until after, Great White was off the stage anyway. So Sal went in to catch the show.
Right.
And so I pulled into the parking lot behind the venue, and Dawn was back there, and there was a few people seeking autographs and pictures and stuff. So Don was taking a few photos and signing some autographs, and Great White came off the stage, and they come over into the dressing room area. And while I'm standing outside there with Don and chit chatting with a few people, here comes Sal out the side stage door. And I looked at, I was just like, how did you get back there? And because it was directly a stage door that you came off the stage, to come out the back. I said, how did you get back there? And he goes, I just told them I was with Great White and they let me come back. He goes, I pulled a Rockin' Randy.
Well, it worked.
That was the first thing out of his mouth. I pulled a Rockin' Randy.
That's awesome.
So he goes, I guess I look like I belong, because he goes, oh yeah, well, go right back through there.
Come on in, sir.
He did. So he came back, and he was able to come back and meet Jack. He had never met Jack before, and was able to talk to him. But man, Jack was in such bad shape, man. Just bad shape.
Yeah, I saw here he announced a show for like October or something.
Yeah.
And from talking to you, I was like, man, I wonder if he's going to make it.
He was just shaking so bad. Just leaning on his cane and shaking so bad. I guess he fell during the show. I didn't get to see the show, but I heard that he fell during the show. And he's just, man, I'm not sure exactly what the problem is, but if it's something that can be remedied, I hope he does something about it. But man, he was standing there and just, I mean, literally just shaking. hanging on the cane. And I was like, man, Jack, I hope you take care of yourself, you know?
And he's like, I am brother.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he still sounds great, but man, he left the venue real quick. Like he got back to the hotel and whatnot. But, yeah, the show was fun. It was good. Listened to the record. John and I rode around in my car and we were listening to the record in the car.
Right.
And, you know, just kind of catching up and shooting the shit and just having a good time. But here's the thing.
Okay.
So I'm at this hotel and it's a, you know, a nicer upper scale hotel. So I go to the bar and I was sitting there at the bar and the bartender asked, you know, what can I get you? And I said, well, I'll have a Jack and Coke. He goes, yeah, we're out of Jack. It's like, you're out of Jack. I said, what kind of a hotel is this? He goes, yeah, we're out. The guy who orders, he forgot to order it. I said, well, you got some Jack and Coke drinkers here. I said, what can you do about that? He goes, well, I'm texting the manager now to see if he could do anything for us. You know, he goes, but otherwise we don't get our order in until Tuesday.
Now, what time was this?
This was Saturday. Well, actually, this was Friday evening when I got in. I got over there about, it was about 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Right.
And I went to the bar and he said he didn't have any. And then, it's just like, he goes, well, can I get you anything else? I said, well, I'll have a Maker's Mark. And
we don't have that.
yeah, well, they had that, you know, and I had that. And he goes, well, I know that's not what you wanted, so that's on the house.
Well, gee, thanks.
You know, so that's what I had. And then the next day they had Jack because Dawn, after John and I were out riding around the car and listening to the disc, we came in and Don was at the bar before the show and they had some Jack, so they apparently got some in overnight or during the day or something.
Well, somebody should have been able to run out to a liquor store and grab some, no?
Yeah, well, you would think so, but regardless. So you know, that's what I did 2 weeks ago. Right. And then I met up with Sal Sunday and went to one of his favorite local joints over there and had some brunch and shot the shit for a while and hung out. And then last week, as you're aware, I came to Ohio.
Right.
And I attended CMS Mikey's swearing in on Friday at the Mahoning County Courthouse.
Right.
And met up with, you know, his folks and his grandparents and, you know, people who came out to attend. And, you know, he introduced me to the judge who swore him in. Really nice guy, real fantastic guy, just real easygoing. And then we went to Mikey's house and they put on a spread over there.
Okay.
So I hung out there for, you know, several hours. You know, we were just kind of hanging out and catching up with everybody. And I got to tell you, man, Mikey's grandfather, which you know,
yeah,
he is a funny son of a bitch, man. We were sitting on the porch just cutting up something awful.
Right.
He's just got that old school man's man mentality, you know. No faggots allowed in this bunch.
That's funny.
we were having a pretty good time. Mikey was having a good time. Everybody was just having a good time, just kind of hanging out and shooting the shit and you know, whatever. And so I had a room over in Akron, over at the Hilton Garden Inn in Akron. So I get over to the Hilton Garden. I left Mikey's party, went back to the hotel. I was going to hook up with my sister and Officer Jim, but they were out running errands or some shit. I don't know. And so I went to the bar and I ordered Jack and Coke. Guess what? We don't have any Jack.
Was there a shortage now, or what's the deal?
Not at all. But the guy says, yeah, we're out of Jack.
Jesus Christ.
What? 2 weeks in a row.
What? And it's not like you're ordering something that's kind of rare.
Yeah,
it's fucking Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I know. It's not exotic. But same deal. I ordered the Maker's Mark and Coke, and the guy put it on the house. He goes, yeah, that's on the house. I apologize. I apologize.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the drink I don't want. Appreciate that I didn't have to pay for that. Jesus.
So that was another one. Then Saturday, I met up with our friend Chantel.
Okay.
And we took a walk over at one of the local parks over there in Hudson. We took a walk on the hiking trail and just kind of caught up and chit chatted a bit there. And then I went back out to Mikey's place,
Okay.
Because they were having their, the official party.
Okay.
And they were also celebrating the graduation of a close family friend. She graduated from, I don't know what I'm not sure what the exact title is, but she works at like a full service salon and does like body rubs and massages and all kinds of stuff like that. Like she graduated massage school for all purposes.
All right.
So while we were sitting out there on the porch again with the grandparents and the uncle and, everybody's sitting out there, his friend who graduated from the massage school, she's sitting there and we just start getting into talking about the massage business, right?
Okay, yeah.
And of course I have to go there. It's like, so, I mean, does somebody ever try to bribe you into like a happy ending? and it's like, no, it hasn't done that. And they say, so what is it? Did people leave all their clothes on, or did they take all their clothes off, or what's the deal? She goes, well, we tell them to strip down to where they're comfortable, to their own comfort level.
Right.
So I started interviewing her and asking her all kinds of questions, and she just was forthcoming about everything what goes on in the salon. She was telling some stories that would make you gag, about just the bad hygiene people have and things, and it's just like, did you take a shower before you came here, or did you clean up or something? Because she was telling me some nasty stories. She does like bikini waxes and shit like that. So I was asking her all kinds of questions, and I mean, I was trying to be as base as possible without just being flat out just raw about it,
right?
And she sat there in the chair, just straight face, tell it exactly like it was, and everybody was out there just laughing their fucking asses off.
Nice.
It was the funniest goddamn thing, because I was just asking her all kinds of questions, about the whole thing and what she's seen and what's the worst experience and what have people said. And she's telling me about this one guy who comes in and he says, I want a massage and make it hurt. So
make it hurt.
Yeah, that's what she said. He basically said, like, make it hurt. And she said, so I just took my elbow and just like buried it in his back. Does that make you hurt, bitch?
Right.
That kind of stuff. But yeah, it was a good time. We thought you might have made the trip out, but you didn't.
No, I was stuck being a worker bee.
So I hung out till I don't know, maybe 8:00 in the evening, and headed back to the hotel. And then Sunday I went and visited with my dad and caught up with him and fixed a couple of issues with his computer, and just basically caught up for a few hours and then headed home.
That's cool. Sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was good catching up with everybody, people I haven't seen or talked to. I saw my sister. I went to the Summit County Sheriff's Department, since she's the assistant to the sheriff.
Okay.
And I met up with her, and I met up with Troy. He's a detective over there, and everybody at the office there, and just kind of shoot the shit. I brought some coffee for everybody and just sit and chatted with everyone over there. So that was kind of cool. And aside from that, I didn't really meet up with anybody from my family aside from seeing my sister and my dad. I guess nobody gives a shit that I come into town anymore.
but let's play the other side of that. Did you tell everybody you were coming into town, or no?
I didn't tell my sister. I wanted it to be a surprise, but it doesn't matter. I just play it by ear. I roll where I got to go. You know what I mean? Just do what I have to do, and buzz in and buzz out.
Right. Yeah, I don't blame you. Honestly, do you really want to visit with everybody anyway?
Yeah, but if anybody wanted to see me, they could if they wanted to.
Sure. No, I hear you. Well, you didn't miss any fun on this end. Lots of work. Lots of work. I've just been beyond buried. Like, I don't think I even talked to you like since you came here. Have I?
No, not at all.
I think I sent you a text or two.
That's about it. Well, I hope all this work that you're buried with is at least netting you some cash.
It is finally. It's starting to, dude. It just was a slow period, but it's it's a tweener period. Yeah, and I go through that every so often where I get in between jobs or I'm doing jobs, but I'm in between the monies. So it's just been one of those types of things, and I mean, I've just been doing that, and I've been super busy, even with the playtime stuff, with the interviews and stuff, interviewing a ton of different people. I was telling Jackal in the chat room before we started about I'm interviewing Gilbert O'Sullivan next week from Alone Again, Naturally.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I mean, it didn't dawn on me when you said that, but now that you tell me who it is, yeah, I know that guy from the 70s.
Yeah, well, his first album came out in 1971.
Yeah,
but he has a new album coming out like next week or something.
How about that?
The guy's got to be 80 or something.
Yeah, well, you'd think so. Yeah, probably close.
Yeah, I mean, if he was 20 in 71, that's 51 years ago. That would make him 71 if he was 20.
Yeah,
so he's probably closing in on 80.
Yeah, 75 to 80, I'm sure.
But yeah, I'll be chatting up old Gilbert to see if he's alone again, naturally.
Right.
But, I don't know what I'm going to talk to him about, but I don't even care. Dude, that's just one of those that my dad would have been happy for me to do. So
didn't we analyze that song one time?
We did, yeah. Yeah, that's somebody, I posted it on my Facebook page. And somebody was like, too bad you ruined that song for us. You and Neeley ruined that song for me.
That's because we broke it down to what it really meant.
Right. And somebody just posted in the chat when he was born in 1946.
Okay.
So was that 46 to 2006 would be 60. 70 would be 16. 76?
Yeah.
Yeah. 76. 76 years young, Neeley.
Yeah, of course. Oh, speaking of somebody who's old and still out there performing.
Yeah.
So Saturday, when I got back to the hotel there in Akron, the hotel is it's the hotel right next to the Goodyear Theater.
Yeah, okay.
You know who was performing there that night? Had I known, I would have gone.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Yes, Gordon Lightfoot.
Really? Oh, I was totally shot in the dark in it.
So this guy, I was at the bar, and this guy came in from the concert.
Right.
And he picked up everybody's bar tab.
Wow.
Because he was feeling, Carefree Highway. So
that's hilarious.
Because I had I think I had 2, maybe 3 cocktails, and I went to pay my bill, and the guy said, "No, the guy down at the end, he took care of everybody."
Nice.
Because he was, I heard him down there saying, "Yeah, just came back from Gordon Lightfoot. It was a good show. It was a little slow starting, but then he picked up steam, and it was a good show." I was like, "Wow, had I known, I would have gone."
And he played the Goodyear Theater?
Yeah, he was at the Goodyear Theater.
Wow. That seems like a lot of people for Gordon Lightfoot in 2022, doesn't it?
I don't know. But yeah, right across the driveway there.
Nice. Well, hey, that's awesome.
Like I said, had I known, I would have cut loose from Mikey's party and went to the show.
Hell yeah. That would have been awesome.
I didn't know.
Well, I'm excited to interview Gilbert O'Sullivan.
All right.
I'm interviewing him this week. I'm interviewing John Waite this week, even though I work for the babies. That's been a whole thing. Am I allowed to or not allowed to? Because I work for the babies.
Right.
But I'm interviewing him. That should be fun. I know what I wanted to tell you. Did you see the link of me and Menajevic from Steelheart? Yeah. Did you see that?
No, where was it?
It's on Rumble or wherever.
Okay.
I played him the Mariah stuff, singing his song, and got his reaction.
Was he aware of it?
No.
Wow. Okay.
No. Here, I can play this. Hold I have it in my files.
I'm surprised somebody didn't pass it along to him at some point.
I was too, but I asked him, and he said he'd not seen it or whatever, and then I played it for him, and he definitely hadn't seen it, but it was pretty. Here we go. Here, let's play this. I'll play it for you. Hold on. Let me get to the beginning. Here you go. Check this out.
And I did I'll Never Let You Go. I'll Never Let You Go is done with just an acoustic guitar, vocals, and a duet.
Okay.
So we have not yet picked who is going to do the duet with me.
Okay.
So it's we have some ideas, we have some feelers out. It's really special.
What he's talking about here is he's doing like a re-record of all of his songs, and he's doing them as a duet. So he's looking for somebody to duet I'll Never Let You Go with him.
It's hard to believe that a guy with a deep voice like that is the guy who's singing that falsetto in that song.
Oh, I know. It's stupid, ridiculous, but yeah, I might have made a hookup to maybe get Mariah on this record.
Yeah, well, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So check this out.
It's not doing the high crazy notes. Because it's acoustic. It's just very
sure.
It is calming, it's soothing, it's like a lullaby. It's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what we're doing with I'll Never Let You Go.
All right. Well, maybe I'm going to give a suggestion then. How's that for this song? I just really wanted you to hear this. There's a singer out there named Mariah Formica, and she was on The Voice, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it was. And then she was doing like so many musicians do. She's playing a local band, in Albany, New York somewhere, just, trying to make it work. And she sang your song on YouTube, and it's done crazy business for her. Like, it's 250,000 plays or whatever. And people like me discovered her just from hearing, looking up Steelheart, saying, "Oh, who's this singing it? It's got to be bad." Quite honestly, that was my first thing. It's got to be bad because no one could do that voice. Nobody can hit those crazy highs that you hit back in the day. But this girl nails it. And unbelievably, she's turned that around to immediate success, put together a band, toured, like I was telling you, toured with Evanescence and Hailstorm and Slash and Seven Dust and Wolfie Van Halen, just in the first year that they've been a band. And even talking to her, she gives this video a lot of credit, your song. So I wanted you to hear a little bit of it. So let me pull it up here. And I'll play like a minute or so of it just so you can get a feel for her voice. And then you tell me what you think, not only of her voice, but what you think when you hear a young, and she's very young, 21, but what you hear when you hear a young person taking this much influence from what you've done, before she was even born, okay? Now watch when she hits the first high note, Neely. I'm just going to give you the indicator here. Watch him when she hits the high note. Watch this.
All right.
So let's pull this up here. Here we go.
Angel eyes, you have angel eyes, and a smile that lights up my life. You're a dream come true. Now I'm holding you, and I'll never let you go. I will never let you go.
man. There's a little taste of somebody that's taken your influence, man.
How awesome is that? I mean, well, I'm honored. That's wonderful. You know, so the younger generation kicking in. You know, if she had that song, imagine if she did that song, if she wrote it right now and it came out, I think it'd be a hit, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
you know,
how cool is that to actually put A to B together, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. So then after I was asked if I could put information together in A to B and blah blah blah. So, we'll see. But here I'll show you her reaction when I texted this to her because it was pretty funny. She was like, "Oh my God." Because I'm sure people are not just fucking volunteering that kind of shit, but there you go. So there you have it. I'm putting rock stars together with our new rock star friend. Hopefully,
Yeah, look at that.
Hopefully it turns into something. So
yeah, it's like us hooking Jack Frost up with
Joey Belladonna. Yeah, just a different era, I guess, but still we're still trying to hook them all up. So
right.
So there you have it. So that was part of my week. That was so much fun to.
I'm sure it was.
Actually make that shit happen, and I was surprised he had not heard it.
Yeah, I know. As popular as that is, or as good as it is, and as many people that I turned on to that, they've shared that around so much. So I'm surprised it didn't make its way around to him.
Yeah, well, he said he'd not heard it, and you saw his reaction. I think it was pretty clear he had not heard it.
Yeah, he was just like, "Wow, nice, good for him, and good for her."
Yeah, good for her, good for him, and they're still. I think they just finished touring yesterday. I think yesterday they played some festival in Virginia, but they played that Rockville festival on a couple of days ago. They played that in front of 30,000 people or whatever. So I don't know what they're doing next. They're supposed to be announcing a tour, I think, next week. So I don't know what it is, but I hope it comes here because I will go again.
Well, it's again, I don't know who's running their show over there, but they obviously got a well-run organization to keep them working and keeping them busy and getting them, signed on to the next thing instead of, hopefully they don't get burned out. It's good to have the exposure, but at the same time, it's not good to get burned out, so quickly.
Well, hopefully they go. I'm hopeful that they do one more run with somebody to get to the end of the summer, and then one solo run by themselves. They got to do a solo run by themselves, even if it's just small clubs somewhere. Just a small run, and then come off the road, take 6 months off, and then write another record.
Right.
That's really. As amazing as new as it all seems, it's already starting to get to being like kind of near the end of the album cycle.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they've been nonstop though. It seems like as soon as they're done with one run with somebody, they're already to go in another week or two with somebody else. Exactly.
So, but still, it's still. I'm living out my little piece of the, hey, that's my friend up there. It's pretty fun to actually see it happening. And goddamn, is she fucking talented? The whole band's talented, really. I mean, it's ridiculous the talent that they have. So good stuff. But it was definitely fun to put her video in front of Medvedev and see his response. He was actually a good interview. We actually had a nice chat.
That's good. Been a Steelheart fan since day one.
Yeah, I mean, I like Steelheart. They are good. I mean, I was never super sold on his voice. It was a little too high for me sometimes, but he's always been a good songwriter and whatnot. And dude, the cool thing he's doing some song that's it's like a tribute for Korean unification of North and South Korea.
Okay.
He's doing it in all these different languages and stuff. And it was really kind of cool to just kind of shoot the shit with him about Korea. We were just kind of shooting the shit. Oh yeah, I was here and there. Were you there? And it really turned into just a bullshit session instead of an actual interview. So
what and what is his connection to Korea?
He lived there for a few years.
Okay.
He lived there for like about the same amount of time as me, just a different. He was there in, I think he said 2016 to 18 or something like that, or 17 to 19. But he lived there the same amount of time as I did, like 2 years. So.
And what was he doing there?
Working.
Okay.
Working, living, making money. He's one of those guys that I think here he's not a super duper, star here, but I think internationally he's a much bigger star.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where he's probably like a big celebrity in like Japan or something like that, but here he could only play a small club,
Right. Yeah, but it was fun to chat with him, and dude, I'm living it out now, man. Now I've interviewed everybody there is to interview, so now I'm just I'm literally just picking off people that I want to talk to now.
Sure.
Which has been fun. It's just so much more fun now. Like Gilbert O'Sullivan. Whenever would I ever fucking interview Gilbert O'Sullivan?
Well, having the Chris Aiken Presents doesn't pigeonhole you into any specific thing, so you can interview anyone from music people to movie people to television people to sports people to whoever will cross your path and you can talk with.
That's it, and I'm doing it. I'm going for it in every different way, dude. Speaking of sports, I actually bought my USFL championship tickets today for me and Billy. Me and Billy are going to the championship game on July 3rd. We're going to the USFL championships.
And where does this take place?
Hall of Fame, Canton Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So, I had to fight real hard to get those tickets. They're all general admission, and there was no problem getting a ticket.
I wasn't even aware that they even had a Hall of Fame game or a championship game rather.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody else is either. I mean, if you watch the USFL games on TV, anything but the Birmingham game, which is like the home team, like they play all the games out of the same stadium, which was a really stupid decision. I know it was for money. You just have everybody, they probably just rented out a hotel for 4 months to keep all the players, together, and they have the one stadium that they play in. And basically the Birmingham team sells real well ticket wise, but then when you watch any other game that doesn't have the Birmingham team in it, it's embarrassingly bad.
Well, why would people want to go see a team that doesn't really, have their, local flavor to it, if you will?
Well, that's it. But dude, I'm telling you, some of these games I don't think have 100 people. I'm not even saying that to be shocking or whatever. I'm telling you, there's been a few of these games that did not look like they had 100 people in the stands. It literally looked like the cleaning crew was sitting in the stands watching the game. Like you'd see one guy in one section, then not another guy for like 3 sections. It's really low attended unless it's a Birmingham Stallions game. But I don't care. I'm enjoying it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's professional football, and it doesn't have any of the bullshit that chased me away from professional football. So
right,
I'm enjoying it.
And what's the name of that stadium down there by the Hall of Fame? What is that, Hoover High School or something? Or
I think, what is it called? Ted Benson or something?
I don't know. They must have. I'm sure it's changed names a few times.
I'm pretty sure it's the Ted Benson or Todd Benson, something Benson Stadium. Only reason I know is because I bought tickets today. So,
And what do general admission tickets cost to go to the USFL championship game?
Oh, well, they're like Super Bowl tickets, $1,000, except for they're $20.
$20.
$20.
$20.
$20. Or you could get reserve seating for $40 if you want.
Wow. And what does reserve seating include?
I don't know, because it seemed like those tickets were further back than where I have to sit.
Oh, I thought maybe
that might be box seats or something.
I thought maybe you had to, help work the sideline or something.
Sell hot dogs. You might have to. Who knows?
You get the up and close and personal experience in those tickets. So you have to work the sidelines.
Yeah, for those tickets, you actually sit on the bench. Sit with the players.
Exactly.
Let's talk routes, receiver guy. But yeah, me and Billy are going to go do that, and that'll be fun. And between me, him, and Toomey, we all picked a team at the beginning of the year before they had even played like one down of football. So we really didn't have any idea. And of course, that motherfucking life lottery winner, Billy, picked the team that's undefeated. And then I picked one I think my team is 3-3, and Toomey's team is like 1-4 or 5. They stink.
How long is a season? Is it 6 games or something?
10 games. 10 games.
All right.
Yeah, 10 games, and then a championship round, and then the championship game, I guess.
And how many teams are there total?
8.
8 teams.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I won a Philadelphia Stars hat in a football bet with Toomey.
Okay.
Our teams played, and on the Knotfest podcast, we bet a hat on our teams, and I won. So, dude, how much you think this hat costs? You're not gonna believe that. How much you think this hat costs?
Is it silk screened, or is it?
No, it's stitched. It's stitched.
It's embroidered.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
$10.
$10. You would be so low you can't even imagine it. $41
for a hat, huh?
For a hat.
All right.
I was glad I didn't lose the bet.
Yeah, look at that.
Once Toomey told me that with the shipping and everything, it was $41. I was like, oof. Thank God I didn't lose.
Well, you just have to take that out of your CMS subscription money.
Yeah, out of my royalties. Nice.
Well, look at that. Into a sport. Now I'm going to make the broad assumption here that they haven't brought in any of the woke, politically correct bullshit into the USFL.
Absolutely nothing.
No support of Black Lives Matter.
No kneel downs. No nothing. Just
no.
They show up. They play fucking football. They leave.
All right, as it should be. As it should be.
And I watch. I know I'm one of the few because I'm hearing that it's really doing terribly. But I watch every game. I watched 2 games today. I watched a game and a half today, and then I had to come in here and do CMS. And surprisingly, I don't have it on. But I watch. I enjoy it. I do actually enjoy it. And what's weird is, and this is what I can't understand. Usually, if you got TV, you'll get people in the stands, and they have legit TV. They don't. It's not bullshit TV. It's on Peacock or NBC,
okay,
and USA Network and Fox. Those are like very legit. You would think that being on those networks, that people would just, in passing, would gain some interest in it.
Right.
No such luck.
So what is their main game day? Is it Saturdays?
That's been another real issue with this fucking league. This league does have some issues.
Okay.
They don't have a set schedule. Like they're still trying to figure it out. They've played on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Okay.
But it's not the same every week. Like last week, they played a game at the Friday game was at like 10 o'clock at night on the East Coast. Just way too late. It's way too late for a game on a Friday night. Who's going to fucking stay home at 10 o'clock at night watching the USFL?
So they play till like 2 a.m?
Yeah. It was like, I think it ended at like 1:15 or something last Friday. It was way late.
All right.
And then they did, so that week they did that one. They did 2 Saturday and 1 Sunday. This week there was no Friday game, but there's 2 today and 2 tomorrow. 2 weeks ago, I think there was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They don't have they need to do like the NFL does. For a fact, no matter what during the NFL season, there's a game at 1 o'clock, there's a game at 4 o'clock, there's a game at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You just know that on Sunday.
Right.
And that Monday there's an 8 o'clock game. You just know, and they're bouncing the schedule. God knows why. I have not figured out why exactly they're bouncing that schedule around yet. So, we'll see. I mean, I saw that they did say that they are committed to doing the second season of it. So we'll see how it goes. I hope they do.
It just seems odd to me that they would go through the pains of hiring talent, having uniforms, making deals with television, all the things just to have it go one season.
Well, I don't think they want to go one season, but at the same time, I mean, how long can a fucking football organization last if their total receipts for a year in tickets is less than $1 million?
Yeah, I'm sure that they rely on commercial money or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And what do they pay the players?
I don't know that. It can't be much. It can't be much because there's more guys that you've heard of joining that fan controlled league than there are joining the US. There's the biggest name in the USFL is Paxton Lynch, who was a number 1 draft pick for the Broncos a couple years ago.
Okay.
He's a quarterback, and he doesn't even start.
Yeah, you told me about that.
He's a fucking bum. He's a bum, but he got paid by the Broncos, so I guess he could just afford to just dick around with this. But
sure.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't do themselves any favors with the announcing either. The announcers are all like, yeah, this guy was on 10 different practice squads in the last 5. It's like, dude, that's not a selling point. The guy wasn't good enough to make the NFL real team, so he's on the practice squad to just be a tackle dummy.
Right.
And that's what you're selling? It's like, dude, stop.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying a new sport.
Yeah, well, dude, I got to watch something. It's, I can't be, now that wokeism took away baseball and basketball and for the most part football, I gotta watch what's available.
Yeah.
So it's fighting and it's USFL right now.
Yeah. Well, a series that I've just finished watching. I wasn't aware of it, even though it's been around for, I think it started in 2018. It's on HBO Max. It's called Barry.
Oh yeah, I've watched that. I haven't watched it recently, but I know they just started the new season, right?
Yeah, I started, at the beginning 3 seasons ago, and watched. I just been watching it like maybe 2 episodes a night. So I just caught up to the last episode of this new season.
Okay,
that's pretty fucked up, man.
Yeah. That's with Henry Winkler, right? The Fonz?
Yes. And Bill Hader, however you say his last name. What a goofy premise that that series is, but it definitely has some Chris Aiken Akenism in there, because this guy just obliterates everybody. He's just a hired assassin and just goes in and just mows everybody down.
Yeah, he does. No remorse.
No remorse at all. I was just like, Jesus.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of comedy in it.
Well, it's a dark comedy. It's definitely dark comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a cool show. I'm a little behind on that one. I haven't caught up to that one yet. But
well, I had seen the advertisements and I thought it was a new series, and then after I got into it, then I saw that this is like the 3rd or 4th season, and I thought, oh, how did I miss this? I wasn't even aware of this.
Right.
So I started at the beginning, and I ended up watching, like I said, the latest episode in this new season. So
sure,
that's bizarre.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what am I watching right now? Nothing spectacular. I take that back. The new Bosch Legacy that's out on Freevee, which used to be IMDb TV, which used to be Amazon. I mean, it's third change with that name, but Freevee has the new Bosch Legacy, which is, they took Bosch, which was already a great show, and they kind of spun it off. They spun it to where it's a weird spinoff, because it's like a spinoff, but it's the main character still being the same character. He's still being the same. He's just not a cop anymore. So they gave it a new name. Now it's Bosch Legacy, but it's the same fucking show.
Okay.
And it's real good. But I'm watching that, and then I've been watching. I started watching this show called Angeline, which I don't know how long I'm going to make it into that one. I started watching it because, quite frankly, I'm totally a fucking fan of Emily Rossum from Shameless, and they put big fake tits on her, and that's what they're selling. She's like this chick with big fake tits that's trying to make herself famous on the strength of having big fake tits.
Okay.
So I started watching that, but I don't know how far I'm going to go with that. It's kind of like the Pam and Tommy thing where, you know, the premise might have been a little better than the execution. So, but those are like the only two things I'm really watching right now. Everything else I'm caught up on.
I think I saw the world's worst movie ever last night.
What's that? What is that?
It was from 1977.
All right.
And I think it's either called Record Town or Music Town, or I mean, it was just so bad. It was with Isaac from The Love Boat.
Oh God.
And Ruth Buzzy.
Oh my God. Why would you watch this?
Well, it popped up and it was just like this fun-filled adventure at a record store. And I was
okay.
Just like, okay, well, and I didn't even get through the whole thing. I started watching and it's like, this is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. just terrible.
That's funny.
I can't even believe it was actually made.
Yeah, well, probably in 77, they were like, holy fuck, we got Ruth Buzzy? Fucking sign it up.
It was just a terrible movie. I did, like I said, I got through maybe about half of it and I couldn't take it anymore. I was just like, this has got to be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. This would be definitely a candidate for bad movie night.
Oh, nice. I like it. I'll have to, what is it called?
It's called Record Town or Record Store or.
All right. I'll look it up.
It's something like that. Let me see here.
Record Ruth Buzzy. Look up Ruth Buzzy. Can't imagine she had too many record movies. Record. No, maybe she did. I don't know. Didn't come up right away. Record Town.
Record City is what it's called.
Record City. Oh. Wow, Rick Dees was in it? Oh, boy.
Ted Lang.
Ed Begley Jr.?
Oh, yeah, he was really young.
Right.
Real young guy.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible movie.
Leonard Barr. Oh, my God, I haven't heard that name. No wonder I haven't heard it. He died fucking 42 years ago. No wonder. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I have to watch this now. Record City. It's on HBO?
Yes.
Why?
I just thought I'm just going to give it a watch. It just an old movie, and plus obviously it's a record store. I loved record stores as a kid. I mean, if you enjoyed going to the record store, I thought, I'll check this out, and then I was watching it. It's like, man, this is dog shit.
That's hilarious.
And I thought of you. I thought, you used to host the bad movie nights.
Sure.
And if you were to ever do that again, that would definitely be a candidate.
Yeah, no question.
It's terrible.
Record City. Dude, speaking of bad stuff, and I can't believe it, I finally stumbled onto something that I actually had interest in, a documentary on Netflix that I had to turn off because it was so fucking boring.
And
did you watch this new doc on Netflix about 3 Mile Island?
I saw it and I wanted to watch it. Oh. Yeah, I thought it's not that good.
It is dull. Oh my God, it is so boring.
It's more like a textbook than it is.
Yeah.
It's just facts.
Yeah. It's just, and when they get people, they're not interesting. They showed us one lady, she lived like across the street from the plant. And she's like, yeah, that's where I looked. And that's where the plant is. I was like, okay, thanks for playing.
Right.
You know, and then they got Michio Kaku, the nuclear scientist on it, and he's talking all about how the physics of it works. And it's like, all right, no one cares. Just tell us how they die. You know, nobody wants to hear that shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's talking about, well, you know, if the levels get above 400 degrees, then you get a nuclear melt and fission. And I was like, oh, I can't take this shit.
Yep.
I literally turned it off, which I've never done for a Netflix documentary, but this was the first bad one. I mean, bad.
Mhm.
Just not very good. So, but I guess Netflix is hemorrhaging money right now, so they're probably half-assing a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I heard that they lost like $30 billion or some shit.
Right.
And they had to lay off like a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, so they're, you know, Disney is the same way. They're hemorrhaging money.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is hemorrhaging money, and all these woke companies, they're just hemorrhaging money. It's like, fuck that. I don't want. And same way with the sports teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got so engrossed with all the woke bullshit that they're just hemorrhaging money.
Pendulum went the other way now, and now they're just fucked.
People don't want that. They want entertainment, and that's it. They don't want a political statement or a cause.
Yeah, no, they definitely don't. Well,
yeah.
I know that's why I've checked out of most of it, is because if it starts with all that woke bullshit, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm just, and I know, like, for me, with the, like, you know, dude, even, I mean, you can listen back to the old episodes of the show, even a year ago. We were watching Netflix every fucking day.
Yeah, well, they had a lot of great documentaries.
Yeah, but it just got to the point now where it's just like, nope, just not interested now.
Yep. No
interest in any of their bullshit. I'm waiting for Stranger Things, and then I'm going to really put the push on my mom to cancel it. Cause I today was the first day, or yesterday was the first day I went to Netflix in probably a month. And I started watching that fucking 3 Mile Island thing, cause that's the only thing I could find. And I was like, this blows.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm out on this. It's just garbage.
Yeah. Well, I really haven't watched much. I think the only thing that I really have watched is that Barry, and that's it. Because, I've been, last couple of weeks I've been tied up. And then in the evening when I get home, I'm just like so burned out from the day that I just don't even feel like watching TV.
Right.
I just want to just kind of be in peace.
Right. No, I get it, man. Well, the, bottom line is, Stranger Things, I think, is coming here shortly. And, final season of Animal Planet is June 19th or something like that. So
in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. What did I say? Animal Planet.
Animal Planet.
Yeah, I meant Animal Kingdom. But yeah, that's coming, and Cobra Kai season 5, I guess, is coming, and then that's really it. There's really not a whole lot of planned stuff. I know one thing, and I'm gonna keep selling this until everybody watches it. That fucking Yellowstone. I finally finished Yellowstone. That show rules.
All right.
That is the best show.
I'll start watching that now that I'm done with Barry.
Yeah, that show is great. And now they have a prequel that's equally great called 1883. And I usually hate that Old West bullshit. Like, that's just not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this, man. When they shoot somebody, it's showing it, man. Showing their fucking back plate coming out of their shoulders and shit. I was like,
right.
Whoa. I like the kills in this show.
Nice.
So yeah, Yellowstone is fucking great, though. It is by far the best show on TV right now.
Okay.
By a lot. So
well, you're the third person who said that. So I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, it's well worth the time.
Very nice.
All right.
All right. Well, I say we take a short break here and come back and do some more stuff.
All right.
I'm going to send you over a link during the break here, so you'll have it set up when we get back. But
all right.
I'll let you pick a tune. So what shall we play?
There's Something on My Side from Down.
All right.
From Down 2, A Bustle in the Hedgerow.
Okay. Let's see. There's something. What is it called?
There's Something on My Side.
Oh, there it is. Got it. All right. Well, we'll play a few tunes. We'll come back. We'll do some more stuff. So here it is. It's old Philip,
Right.
and Down, and that I think out of all of Phil's projects aside from Pantera, I think Down is probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's a good one. I love them all, but I probably like Down the best too.
There's plenty of places to experience the Seth Williams Show, but if you want all the content, you need to join us on Minds. Get all the live episodes of the show every Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Get the special bonus footage every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Get bonus content from Seth and Chris as it's produced. It's only $4.99 per month, so don't wait. Sign up today. Visit us at www.minds.com/Seth Williams Show.
Seth and Chris don't say it enough, but the best place for everything associated with the Seth Williams Show is their website, www.thesethwilliamsshow.com. You can watch all live episodes of the show live right there on the site. You can get past shows in both audio and video on demand formats. You can join our exclusive VIP programs on Minds and Super Chat right from the page. You can also purchase all the Best Seth Show merchandise on the page as well. Bookmark it today, www.thesethwilliams.com.